Okay, so for this job, what I'm gonna do is the valve cover gasket, and I'm gonna start with the driver's side first over here. And so what you're gonna be changing out is you're gonna be replacing this section right here, this cover. You're gonna be replacing this seal here. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is disconnect all the wiring to it. And so you're gonna disconnect this one, this spark plug cable, this 4 spark plug cables. Just pop them off. You just gotta pull them off very easily. And then this harness here connects back there. Actually, you don't even think you have to take that one off. You don't have to take those off. So this, you do have to disconnect this guy. And so the way you disconnect this is you pull this pin out to the side. I don't know if you can see here. Pull this pin out to the side, and then this comes up. Not to break it. Boom. Then this comes off. And now here's a little trick. The bolt for that cover is sitting directly below this little guy right here for the spark plug. So the best thing to do is to take this off. And if you're going to take this one off, honestly it's easier just to take them all off. And all that consists of is removing this spark plug cable, taking this plug off the top, which is just a matter of pulling this tab up and off. And then these are 10mm bolts. Take these 2 10mm bolts off, and that's it. And then this comes off, and then you'll have access to this bolt. And then you just take all of them off. It's just gonna make removing the cover and installing the cover and torquing it a lot easier. So I'm not exactly sure if it matters which one goes where. I don't think it is, but I'm just gonna go ahead and mark them anyway, so I can put them right back in the exact same spot. And then I already did this side yesterday. You can tell it's a lot cleaner. And for this side, basically you do the exact same thing, but I took the air intake off just so I had more room, which you don't really have to do, but I did. Don't mind that. I broke that, and I just put some JB Weld in there, and it's fine now. So I did this side. I got no leaks, and everything is fine. I didn't take these coils off, which I should have, but that's what I'm telling you to. So let me get started. Okay, so my harness is disconnected. All the wiring is disconnected, and I took those packs off right here. So now all that's left is just a valve cover. As you can see, I had a pretty decent sized leak. My valve cover was bad. My gasket was bad, and I got oil everywhere. So that's gonna look a lot different. And so once I clean it out. So these are the 4 bolts. These are 8mm. 2, 3, 4, and you really can't, and you can't get to them at all. You can't get to all of them if those packs are still installed. So you have to take them off. And you can see all that oil. Not very good. And then this one has this line connected to the packet. It looks like back here, this guy right here. So I'm gonna have to take that off. I'm not sure if I should take it off there or take it off up here. I believe that's a fuel line. So we'll get back to you on that. Okay, so I just popped it off right here. I'm not sure what line that is actually, but just grab it by the boot, nice and soft, and it should pop off. And there you go. And so now it's going to be a matter of taking those 4 bolts off, taking that cover off. And the book says to take the alternator off, but it looks like there's enough clearance to take that on and off without having to take this guy off. So don't worry about that. Alright. Okay, so I loosened up those 4 bolts and took the cover off. And I think I kind of messed up, because you can see all that dirt around the edge. now when I go to clean it, it might fall in here. So what I should have done is I should have cleaned around the edge as best I could before taking the cover off. So now I just got to be extra careful when cleaning that so none of that dirt and stuff falls in there. Let me show you my valve cover. This is in really bad shape. I should have changed this thing out a long time ago. So now I'm going to clean this up really well with like some brake cleaner. I'm not going to hit this. I'm not going to touch these. Make sure these don't get messed up. And then what I really want to do, the old seals in here, it's supposed to have like a bit of a lip and it's completely flat. The seal is completely flat. You'll see when you put the new one in, there's a bit of a, it's round, and this one's completely flat, so that's why the seal is just compressed. It's gone. So I'm just gonna pull this one off and just clean this up really well. And you want to make sure the inside of here is perfectly clean, so that the seal, the new gasket sits in there right. I'm gonna clean all this out and clean the front up, and then put the new gasket in there and go from there. Alright, so I really want to clean this thoroughly, so the best thing to do is to take this bracket off, and it's just a matter of taking these nuts off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can take this bracket off, and then you'll be able to get to just the cover and clean the cover really well. So I got this degreaser that I'm going to use. I'm going to spray it and clean it up really well and make sure that I clean up the gaskets on these bolts here, and so I'll show you how that comes out. The bolts came out pretty easy. They ended up being bolts that were nuts, and it's just a 10mm deep socket. So now I'm just going to clean this up really well, clean up these bolts here, and clean the inside, put the seal in there, and go from there. Alright, so this is about as clean as I'm going to get. There's still a little bit of grease on there, but I'm not going too crazy. This got cleaned up. The back side here, it's pretty clean. I'm not going to go through and scrape all that grease off. I just concentrated on the lip inside there, make sure that was really clean for my seal, and that's it. So I'm going to put this back together, put this back on top, bolt this down, put it back down, and then put the seal on there. Alright, so I put the seal back on, and I decided to leave that bracket off because it was making installing this way too difficult. Because the issue you're going to run into is that these bolts, there's a lot of play. They can move, there's a lot of play when you stick them in there. They can go this way, that way, this way, and they have to line up directly with the threads in there. And if you have that bracket on top, it makes it really difficult to line those bolts up. So if you want to save yourself a whole lot of trouble and you want this to be really, really easy, just take that bracket off, leave it off, and then place this valve cover on top, and then you're able to pull these bolts up and down and find the threads and line them up, put a little, go like 1 or 2 threads in, and now you're able to have all the bolts tightened up at the same time. Trust me, this is the way you want to do it. Leave the bracket off. You're gonna struggle big time. I wish I would have done this on this other one over there, but I didn't. But I learned my lesson. So the book says it says 106 inch-pounds. So I'm just gonna hand tighten these, and then get my torque wrench out and torque these up to 106 inch-pounds, and then put the bracket on top. Then put those little packs on there for the spark plugs, and then connect the wiring and test for leaks. It's actually a pretty easy job. What took the longest time was actually cleaning it. That's what took the most time. So I'll show you the next step coming up. Alright, I got the valve cover back on, torqued, and I got this bracket back on with those 10mm bolts. And next I'm gonna put these packets back on, connect the wiring, test for leaks. So I got this baby running. Check for leaks all underneath the bottom of the valve cover where the seal is, all above the top of there, and where those bolts go in. So there's like a gasket washer type deal on all the bolts, and there aren't any leaks. I went over to this side. triple, quadruple check for any leaks. There are no leaks over here. And I'm going to take it for a little test spin. Because there aren't any error codes, so I want to run it just to make sure that there aren't, that it stays that way. And then this job will be done.